How to let go by doing the opposite. Instead of trying to release, do this. Thank you very much for being here. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer. Welcome to another episode of Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming Community. If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. Let me know where you're coming from. If you're listening, if you have any questions, please share them in the chat. So let's get going in this amazing topic today about letting go. One of the big things we need to understand is how the mind works, right? If we're trying to imagine that you have a machine at home that is not working correctly and you want to make any changes, you need to understand how the machine works. If you want to fix the car and you don't know how it works, it's going to make it very difficult to understand. Imagine that you find a part of the car that is holding another part, and you try to unscrew it without knowing how it really works, and maybe you break it, right? So when you want to fix something, the car, something in your house, you need to understand how it works. I'm not saying that there's something broken in here, not at all. But what I'm saying is when you are holding on to something, when you're not being able to let go something, there is a reason behind it. By trying to let go, seriously, trying to let go is not working for most people out there. Isn't that right? Type it yes in the chat if you have tried letting go without being able to let go. Please let me know in the chat if you have tried that and it's not working. Yes, please let us know in the chat if that has happened to you. Yes, because the truth is it's happening to most people, that they're trying to let go and they're not being able to, right? So we need to start understanding how the mind works to be able to start making changes. Today is what I want to share with you. To be able to let go, we need to do the opposite, right? Instead of trying to let go. So what does that mean? Because I know it, again, it sounds like a bold statement, right? Try to let go, right? What do you mean with that, Tommy? Okay, I'm going to share this with you of what is going on. Just give me 1 second because I'm trying to change something here. Oh, this is not working. What's going on? Sorry, some technical issues. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so instead of trying to release, we got to first understand what is the benefit. Ask yourself this very important question of what is the benefit for me holding on to this? So imagine that you're holding on to an ex-partner that you're not being able to let go. Ask yourself why you're not being able to let go, because that is a loving action. Instead of trying to convince yourself to let go, try to understand why you're not being able to let go. Try to love and accept yourself while not letting go. Ask yourself, what is the benefit of not letting go? I know people might say, oh, but Tommy, think about this person not being able to sleep, not being able to, whatever, because of this person, I'm not letting go. There's no benefit. Yes, there is always, always, always a benefit. That you don't know about it, it doesn't mean that there is no benefit. So if you want to really be able to start making changes, you need to first understand. Try to reprogram through hypnotherapy, where you're supposedly putting yourself in trance in a specific, wavelength, so that you're able to make the mind change something. That is not the best way, because if I don't understand why I'm not letting go, and I'm going to give you an example for you to really understand what's going on. Normally, we're not letting go because maybe we want to be loved and accepted by that person. We don't want that person to think that we're the bad guys. We want something out of this. In a past relationship that I had, I didn't want to let go. I didn't want to walk away, although it was a very toxic relationship, because I didn't want to be seen as the bad person. So I stuck around. I wasn't able to let go. I wasn't able to walk away. because I didn't want to be the bad guy. So then I need to understand, okay, why am I thinking? A part of me is thinking that I'm a bad guy. If I cannot let go of this work, this job, if I cannot let go, whatever it is, try to understand what's going on in the mind. A good way is, what's the benefit? If you're not being able to get out of there anything, go into, how am I feeling? I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling disappointment. I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling something there. Start writing down the different emotions. Next, start asking why to each emotion. I feel lost. Why lost? I'm losing something. There you go. How am I not gonna let go, right? I'm sorry. How am I gonna let go if I feel that I'm losing something? Listen to that. If I feel that I'm losing something, I'm losing love, I'm losing a friend, I'm losing something, I'm not going to let go, right? Then how would it make me feel about myself if I lose this person, if I lose love, if I lose this, if I lose that I'm not lovable, that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worthy, that I'm a bad person, whatever it is, the story you're telling yourself. Next, try to dig deeper into identify what could have created this story in the first place. What could have created during childhood something that happened that made you start believing that, you're not good enough, that you're not lovable, that I'm a bad person, right? So if I can start understanding what's going on, right? Letting go makes room for the new and better. Yes, Mike, thank you. Of course, it makes room for the better. Susan was always here in my mind, wants to let go something, not really, maybe familiarity, comfort. Yeah, could be Susan too. So Mike, letting go makes room for something new and better. Yes, but if I don't understand why the mind is not letting go, if I try to convince myself to let go from a place of, oh, but that's the best thing for me, I'm not really getting to know myself and loving and accepting myself. Normally, the mind doesn't let go because it doesn't feel loved, and acceptance because it doesn't feel, right, recognized, validated. If the mind, the ego, you're able to hold the ego, love and accept it, that behavior is going to start dissolving. Any behavior that we're having, that we're trying to change, instead of focusing on changing that behavior, like letting go, right? We need to love and accept that a part of us is not letting go. Understand it, support it. One of the things that came to my mind the other day that blew my mind, I was working with somebody and she told me that what she wanted to work with me was in loving and understanding herself. Loving and understanding. So if you put those words together and you put the infinite sign connecting both, look at this. When I love and accept even a tiny bit, I'm able to open up to understanding. When I understand, I open up to more love. When I open up to more love, I'm open to more understanding. The more understanding, more love. The more love, the more understanding. So it's an infinite sign connecting love and understanding. And this is the work that I do. I help people understand through love and acceptance, to love and accept themselves, to then be able to dissolve behaviors by doing that. I have helped people overcome procrastination. I have helped people, and the other day I was remembering, I was talking to a friend of mine that there was a woman that she had vitiligo. Vitiligo is when the pigment of the skin starts fading away. It starts becoming, it fades away the pigment and they start becoming white. And this person was telling me that they had started a treatment many years ago, which she was injected with a medication that would help her regain her pigment, but it was very expensive. As she started working on loving and accepting herself, the pigment started coming back. I know it sounds crazy, but if you look at what is called, I don't know in English, I don't remember, decodification is decoding what the body is telling you. When I went to the book of what vitiligo is, vitiligo in many cases could be that a person is trying to be invisible, fade away. That's what starts showing up in their skin. They're supposedly, it's not happening, but it's like they're losing their pigment because they want to be invisible. They don't want to be seen because they don't feel love and accepted. They feel rejected by others. They are rejecting themselves. So we found that she was rejecting herself a lot. So we started working on loving and accepting herself, understanding, and suddenly the pigment of her skin started to slowly come back. This wasn't overnight. This didn't happen over a week. It started happening over time. But as she started practicing loving and accepting herself, the pigment of her skin started coming back. And I've seen a lot of people be able to change behaviors by understanding and loving and accepting themselves, because that's what brings change. So circling back to what we're talking at the beginning, letting go is all about loving and accepting the part of you that is not letting go, understanding it, seeing what's the benefit. I'm not letting go, I don't know, procrastination. I'm not letting go porn. I'm not letting go eating. I'm not letting go sugar. I was working with another woman some time ago where sugar was the way her mom gave her love when she was a little girl. Mom would give her treats, and it was normally candy, and she felt a connection there. She felt a very big connection through candy. So she associated love equals sugar. So although she wanted to let go sugar, she wasn't able to do it. So we started working on loving and accepting herself, understanding, and that combination allowed her to slowly start getting off sugar. So if there is any way, anything, any behavior you want to change, instead of focusing on changing the behavior, again, going back to letting go, you need to understand why you're holding on, instead of, I need to stop letting go. I need to stop holding on. I need to stop, doing this. I need to stop doing that. I need to start doing this. Ask yourself another question. I imagine that you have tried that in the past. Ask another question like, why am I not doing this? What is the benefit of not doing it? Or why am I doing this holding on? What is the benefit? Because when I'm able to understand and love and accept myself, that's when things can start changing. So again, it goes back to falling in love with yourself. If you want to change any aspect of your life, focus more on loving and accepting, understanding, because that is going to allow you to tap into what you need to do to be able to change. Most people focus on change, so they need to force themselves, kick themselves in the butt to change, but that is not loving, because I imagine that if you do that to your partner, in most cases, any friend or any partner that you treat them like that, you kick them in the butt to get things done, they're not going to like it. Most people don't like to be kicked in the butt. There are people out there that, yes, they do, because they went through a lot of authoritarianism and they're still too attached to that. Yes, there are people out there that are still using those old school teachings about kicking themselves in the butt. But if you think about it, that is not the most loving way. So when we're able to love and accept ourselves, understand, it's going to make it easier to start making changes. Again, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching live, #live on social media. If you're watching replay, #replay. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, get notifications whenever I go live. I go live very often. I'm sharing a lot of insight and tools to help people start making changes in their life through love and understanding. We can change anything when we feel loved and understood. If you believe something different to what most people are thinking, normally we tend to shut down to wanting to change. But if we feel love and acceptance, understanding, there's more chances that we'll be more open willingly to change. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, sending love your way. Practice love, acceptance to yourself, and understanding, and the sky is the limit in your life. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next episode. Take care. Bye, everyone.